What's going on, everybody? Shane here from Vulgar Display Gaming, and I'm joined with Chad Green, the vocalist of Frozen Soul. How the hell you doing, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Let's get into some magic.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah, and as everybody can see, and if you don't know, Frozen Soul is actually quite notorious for playing Magic in the Pit. They are very big into Magic, and we're going to be doing an interview while we play a game of Commander.
Hell yeah.
So, I just want to start off. Tell me about your deck real quick.
Well, I'm playing Sauron, the Dark Lord. Pull it out here. So I actually just rebuilt this deck. Let me get it where it's up there a little bit better.
Yeah, the graphic will pop up with that card.
But yeah, it's really just like a reanimator good stuff deck. That's it. I mean, it's got a bunch of the great and best Grixis creatures, that there are, but I don't have any combos in here really. So none I don't think of, unless there are some that I just don't know. There is probably something, but it's just really like a deck that's just meant for fun. So you could see like some real scary cards, but they don't do anything except attack you, really.
Right. And this is a red, black, and blue, right? Grixis.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So yeah, I drew my cards. We'll start off, playing standard Commander format, 40 life. With that being said, as you're drawing your cards, we're gonna roll a d20, or you want to roll a d6 to see who goes first? I got a d6 right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a d6.
Yeah.
Here.
It doesn't matter. All right, let's see what we got. I got
a 6.
Oh, you're going first. So as we're on the topic of magic, what are some of the most gnarly cards you have? And I know you love coming to a place out here in LA called Frankensons, and you love collecting crazy cards. What are some of your craziest cards you have?
I mean, I have like Mox Diamond, Gaia's Cradle, City of Traders, like all the blue staples like Force of Will and all that stuff. Those are like, and I have like like Wheel of Fortune and all that stuff. Like that's all my CDH stuff. I'm like pretty big into that, so I like a lot of that stuff. But I mean, I have like, those aren't really nasty. They just like make your deck way better and more consistent, faster. But like in this deck, I have like Shieldred the Apocalypse and Razaketh the Foul-Blooded and stuff that's, hoarding Broodlord, stuff like that. Stuff that's just like, they do gross things, But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of like the, typical CDH combos, which if those who are listening don't know, it's like Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation, Tainted Pact style stuff, where it's just like if your opponent can't stop it, you just win the game. So you typically try to win on like between turn 1 and 3, usually.
Turn 1 and 3. God.
Yeah, it's really fast. I mean, it's a fast format. There's a lot of interaction, but everybody's playing that stuff. So, it's like everybody's trying to stop everybody from winning, and it gets real politicky and stuff. It's like, it's really fun. I enjoy it a lot, but yeah, I like the nastier, the better, kind of like death metal.
Exactly. See, and while you keep talking about it, why don't you show us and play your first turn already? Jeez.
Wait, am I actually going first?
Yeah, or no, did you want to go first? Did you defer?
Yeah, I didn't even see what you got. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll go first. Yeah, I'll just I'll keep this hand. You gonna keep your hand?
I am definitely keeping my hand.
All right, cool. I'll draw for turn. Cool. I'll play a command tower, and then I will pass the turn.
Right.
Playing some fair magic today.
Yeah, there we go. I will draw. A command tower is always a great start. Okay, and I will play Concealed Courtyard. It doesn't come into play tapped. If I control 2 or few lands. Oh.
Cool.
Wait, it says enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer. Oh, yeah, it doesn't then.
Yeah, so it'll be untapped. Yeah.
That threw me off. Sometimes you gotta read
when those first came out, they threw me off too. And
I was like, wait, what? I gotta do some math.
I have to think. I don't like doing that.
And oh, by the way, I am playing as, if anybody cares about me, I'm playing basically a pre-con, but I added a bunch of stuff in it. It's one of the Warhammer decks. I had to just take a bunch of the crap cards out and add some stuff in there because I don't have my normal commander decks with me right now. And I passed my turn, sir.
I was gonna say he's lying. He's actually playing Marnius CEDH, and he's gonna kill me on turn 2.
I wish.
All right. I will play. I'm gonna play this here island,
Whoa, that is a cool island. Full
and
art.
then I'm gonna tap this island and cast a Careful Study. So I'm gonna draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards from my hand.
All right. I'll allow it.
So I'll draw 1. I'll draw 2.
I'll allow it. So are you stoked for MagicCon? I know you're going to be at the booth with James, which is going to be sweet.
Oh yeah, I'm super stoked. I'm gonna discard an Arcana Cruelty.
Ooh.
This is an artist proof from
That's up
my
this
friend
way.
James.
There you
Yeah. I'm gonna discard that, and then I'm gonna discard a Treasure Nabber.
Treasure Nabber.
And yeah, I'll put that in my graveyard. And then I will pass turn.
All right, as you pass turn, I will draw. And I will play myself a good... not the greatest, but I will play a Sky Cloud Expanse. I have to pay 1
Nice.
to get a white and a blue. And I will unfortunately have to pass my turn.
All right. During your enter in step, I'm gonna cast a Consider. So I'll surveil 1. So I'll look at the top card of my library, and I can put that card into my graveyard, and then I draw a card.
You know, I'll consider that. That being said, back onto the topic of MagicCon, you're going to be with James. I can never say his last name correctly. Basema.
I'm gonna put this back on the top, and then I'm gonna draw.
There you go.
James. I think it's just James Basema.
Basema.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I call him.
And
He's never corrected me, but I've never just been like Mr. Basema. You know.
But for those who don't know, he did your album cover, as
yeah.
well as you're going to be signing the album cover, Glacial Domination, and you have playmats that are going to be available at the con.
Yeah, he did the album art. He's gonna do our next album art, and
Hell
then,
yeah.
and yeah, we got some playmats printed, pretty limited quantity, and on Saturday at MagicCon we're just gonna be there like signing and whatnot.
Nice.
Stoked. A lot of people have been messaging that they want them there, so we'll see. They seem like they're gonna go pretty fast. So that was on your end step. So I'll untap, upkeep, and then I'll draw a card for turn. I'm gonna play Swamp, and then with that, I'm gonna cast a Scrawling Crawler.
May I ask how many mana is that? How much mana is
That is 3.
3 mana.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
And what this does is, before it resolves, is at the beginning of my upkeep, each player draws a card. Whenever an opponent draws a card, that player loses 1 life. So you'll lose a little bit of life, but this is going to
Help
let you
both
draw a
of us,
card
yeah.
every one of my turns. And with it only being a 2-player game, you might want to let it resolve.
Exactly. You guys just got off a tour of the Acacia Strain Mall, and forget who else was Full of Hell, right?
No, it was Acacia Strain, us, Gates to Hell,
Gates to Hell.
a band called Your Spirit Dies, and Maul.
How was that tour? That was awesome.
It was fun.
I got to see the accumulation of that tour up in Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we were all a little tired, a lot of tired, you know, because we had just got off tour with, you know, Kill Switch and Kubla Khan and Fit for a King. So like we were pretty exhausted and whatnot. I had gotten sick at the end of that tour and damaged my throat pretty bad. So I was like, I got home and had 2 weeks to recover and had to go get on a ton of medicine and steroids and antibiotics and stuff to try to get the swelling down in my throat and started that tour off still sick. So by the end of it, I was like a lot better, but it was an ass whooping. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was cool. Like those guys are great. We've hung out with them and played with them before and stuff. And of course, like Gates to Hell, we've been on tour with them before. They're awesome dudes, great friends. So yeah, it was just a giant hangout of a tour. It was cool.
Hell yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, I had a great time when I saw you guys at Milwaukee Metal Fest. I actually got to catch every band at Milwaukee Metal Fest. So that was pretty sweet.
Wow, that's sick. That's a lot of bands to try to catch.
Well, I mean, I caught the whole tour there separately.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I just mean like, dude, like where everybody was playing and stuff, you know.
It was kind of a mess.
It was just spread out, yeah.
That being said,
cool.
Are you done? Done with your turn?
Your turn.
Right. Draw. And I will play a Plains. Or no, it is a Swamp. My eyes have deceived me. And unfortunate.
And whenever you draw a card, you'll lose 1 life.
Right. At 39. Are we doing did you want to do just 20 or are we doing standard 40?
We can do 40.
All right. Yeah, whatever.
I'm cool. I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah, that's fine.
20 might not be as much fun.
Yeah.
Because Scrawling Crawler can kill somebody pretty quick on 20 life.
Exactly. All right, and that is the end of my turn.
All right. So I'm just gonna get my life total going right here.
So it's whenever you draw a card, I draw a card? Was that it? Or what was
it? Yeah,
it?
So it's at the beginning of my upkeep. Each player draws a card. So I'll draw a card and you'll draw a card. Gotcha. But whenever you draw a card, you lose a life. I don't.
Gotcha. Yeah, that is pretty brutal. I'm taking 2 points, pretty much.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, we'll go to my upkeep and then this will trigger. So we'll both draw a card.
Gotcha.
I'll draw.
At 30.
And then you lose 1 life.
Yep.
And then we'll go to my draw step, and then I'll draw a card. You won't lose a life though. It's only when you draw a card.
Yeah.
So I'll draw for turn. Let's see here. You got a bunch of cards in your hand because you're not doing anything. I'm gonna play a Rogue's Passage.
All right.
And then what I think I'll do is go to combat.
All right. Swinging for...
I'll declare Scrawling Crawler coming at you for 3 damage.
Oof. 35 already. I have 8 cards currently. Do I need to discard right now, or is it only on my turn that I forget?
Do what?
I have 8 cards in my hand. Do I need to discard right now, or is it only on my turn that I discard?
No, it's only at your end step. After your end step, you go to your cleanup step. Yeah, because you drew that 8th card on my turn, so you're good. Yeah, and after that, man, I'm just gonna pass turn to you.
All right, and I will draw. And let's see here. And I will play Exotic Orchard. Add 1 mana of any color that a opponent can produce.
Nice.
And let's see, I will do some stuff. If I can.
He's doing some stuff.
I'm definitely doing some stuff. So I will definitely... first of all, I have to pay 1 colorless, so I'll play the...
Oh yeah, did you lose your life from Scrawling Crawler?
No, you need to remind me. I'm at 34 now. So there we go. I'm going to pay to use this. That gives me 1 white, 1 blue. I will tap this for another black. And I will tap this for a white. That
Nice.
is 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will play Inquisitor Greyfax.
All right. What does that do?
She has Vigilance and Unquestionable Wisdom. Other creatures you control get a +1, +0, and have Vigilance. As well as I have Hunt for Heresy, where I pay 1, tap target creature an opponent controls, and I can investigate. I create an artifact with 2, sacrifice this, and I draw a card. Which will... I mean, you'd probably want to let me do that, because it'll just hurt me anyway, so... And
Nice.
I pass my turn. And
All
that's
right.
1, 2, 3.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap these 3, and I'm gonna cast Saw in Half,
Oof,
the new Deadpool
that is sweet.
banger I got there. So I'm gonna target the Scrawling Crawler and destroy it, and then create 2 1/1 copies of it.
Great.
So it'll. So what is it?
You
Rounding
could just
up.
put
So,
just
So it'd be like it's around. They'd be 1/1s basically, I think.
so yeah, just you could put that card out and then put like a die on it, so you know. Or do you have tokens actually?
Oh, I got these little guys right here. Boom.
All right. Well, you got to draw a picture on them now. Oh, there you go. Are those like little dry erase boards?
Yep. Yeah. I got them so
Sweet.
that I could like do some stuff streaming wise.
That is badass.
Crawler.
So great. Now I'm gonna be taking what 4, like every 2 turns.
Okay. All right. Okay, so sick. Yeah, and it's not legendary, so let me make sure. I've literally never cast this spell before. I just put it in the deck the other day. So destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, its controller creates 2 tokens that are copies of the creature, except the power is half the creature's power, and their toughness is half that creature's toughness. Round up each time. Okay, cool.
All right. So that is totally illegal and totally bullshit.
Okay, so I'll go to my upkeep and I'll trigger. We'll both draw 2 cards.
Do you know what? You want to know what I want to know?
Hey, I'm giving you cards, all right? I'm like.
So now I'm drawing what 2 cards?
You're drawing 2 cards. That's
Taking
great.
2 points.
You're just. It's just 2 damage. It's just 2 damage. It's all good.
Or
2
do I draw
damage.
now? Right? Yeah.
Yeah. You'll draw both cards. Each one will trigger. So you draw 1, take the damage. Draw the next one, take that damage.
Yeah.
And then I will draw for turn. I have quite a few cards in my hand.
Definitely do. Hey, so
I'm gonna play Reflecting Pool.
by the way, you guys
Yep,
doing
so-
Wrecking Ball this year?
We are doing Wrecking Ball this year. It's not announced on a date yet, but it is this fall. So
Gotcha.
we're going to be announcing it here pretty soon. So we're just
Cool.
finalizing the lineup and stuff right now. So we should hopefully be doing that within the next 2 or so weeks
Hell yeah.
of the filming of this.
Yeah. And you know, that being said, with all this stuff, you have some downtime right now in between these touring cycles. This is probably going to be your longest for a while, and you guys are working on the new album, right?
Yeah, we have already been writing stuff. I mean, we have like a bunch of different we have a bunch of material like just kind of sitting there that we were working on before the Kill Switch tour, and then like we're just kind of like, you know, refining some things, and we've got a bunch of ideas and concepts and stuff, and I've been coming up with a ton of stuff to just have, but normally like I wait to do my part for the most part until after we've written the music. I like to try to, you know, think up ideas and stuff, and you know, catchy stuff that I think sounds cool or whatever, you know, and then I wait to actually like craft it with the music until we have a song, you know, instrumentally flushed out a little bit so that I have like I could go with what works for the actual song and not just like what I want, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I try and like make sure it's all there's, you know, harmony in the in everything and synergy. So yeah, we just gotta kind of gotta get back into the swing of things. I mean, we've only been home like 2 or so weeks, and you know,
You gotta
everybody's trying to
relax.
yeah, everybody's trying to get family stuff situated and stuff, and you know, so we're not like in a giant rush to like, you know, oh my God, we gotta go, you know, but we are, you know, we're gonna be getting down to work probably like after MagicCon because I'll be gone all next week, so they'll be working and jamming and stuff, you know, and coming up with stuff, and I'm sure sending, you know, we'll be sending each other ideas and stuff. But yeah, it's a process. So we're getting down to cracking on that, and hopefully we're looking to probably start recording by you know, I'd say probably like the end of August. So
Nice.
yeah, I mean, like you know, we've got a bunch of stuff. It just takes, you know, getting back into jamming and stuff, and we'll wrap it up here, I'm sure,
Hell
pretty
yeah.
quick. But
Now,
yeah, I'm stoked, man. We got a
I'm
bunch of cool stuff cooking.
Yeah, it's been a long touring cycle, this one, so I know you guys have a lot of material that you want to flush out and everything. Uh, Lyrically wise, you said your brother, correct me if I'm wrong, Josh helped you out with a lot of lyrics on the last album, Blaze with
Yeah,
Dominance.
yeah. He I mean like he was mainly involved with like he had a little hand in everything. I mean, I sent him ideas and he would send me ideas and stuff. I mean, we were really going through it at that time, like with
Yeah.
my other brother passing away. So like we, you know, it was really awesome just getting to, you know, just getting to just jam ideas and stuff together and whatnot. But he helped a lot with like Arsenal of War, and you know, he did some with Morbid Effigy, and Frozen Soul Assimilator was me and him working together a lot. You know, a lot of the concepts and stuff is like what, you know, me and him mowed over together. And then in the lyrics and stuff, he did a lot of stuff in Death and Glory, when it came to actual like words used in the song and stuff. It was awesome. It was awesome getting to work together. Like I couldn't have, those songs couldn't be what they are if he wasn't doing it with me. So it was really cool to not first of all not have to do it, you know, just by
Yeah.
myself, because I'm still trying to figure out how to be, you know, however you say it, a lyricist or whatever. Like that's just, you know, I've been a drummer my whole life, you know, so it's hard for me to like come up with that kind of stuff. So it was cool to work on it with my brother, and then when we got to recording and stuff, like, you know, we were able to, he threw backup vocals in on like all the songs. So
Oh
I mean,
shit.
he backed me up on the layering on a lot of like impact parts in a lot of those songs. So a lot of went into making that record. It was really awesome. So
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. And you know, it probably helped you guys get through that tough time, like you said. You know.
yeah, definitely. It was a rough spot, rough spot in life.
Oh, absolutely was. You know, it's you know, I'm glad you just I want to go on about saying when you do your shows and your live shows, you're so positive and you talk about these things openly because you tell people like, hey, you know, even though we're a scary death metal band, check on your friends, check on your family, and that's a message that isn't as prominent in this genre of music.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things that's like it's not an easy thing to like talk about, especially coming from this world. I mean, you know, I grew up kind of in, you know, a family where you didn't really talk about your feelings all that much, you know, and my mom passed away when I was like really young. I was 19, so there's a lot of emotions I was like going through, you know, and trying to figure out and navigate. I didn't have somebody to like talk it through. And so I kind of, the only father figure that I had was, you know, like uh, my grandfather, and he was an old school dude. You know, he just did what he had to do, and he didn't really like, you know, I don't know. He didn't really wasn't the type of guy that just like wanted to talk about his feelings. You know, so I think, you know, with everything in that time frame that was going on, you know, you know, a lot of people I know were losing a lot of people they cared about. And it was just, I don't know, I just started doing it after, I think the first time I did it was after Trevor from the Black Dahlia murder passed
Yep.
away. We were on tour at the time with Dying Fetus and Undeath, and that, that hit me pretty hard because um, he was one of the first guys of a higher status in the scene we wanted to be a part of so bad. He was one of the first guys to like give a shit about us.
Yeah,
you
he
know
shouted you out. He
and
was very vocal in shouting out the underground.
Yeah, he posted about us all the time. He bought all of the merch that we had. He was super cool. And then he came out to the shows, and I don't know, it just really affected me. And I was like, wow, like, if like that is like what happened to like somebody who is so happy, and or who I thought was so happy, you know, um, and who I aim to be like, then what does that mean for me and my mental health, And, I lost my brother after that, and my grandfather, and Chris lost his mom. And, you know, we had already like lost Riley before that.
Yeah.
And just so much loss and so much pain. And, it's easy to get wrapped up in life and like forget and take things for granted. And I do it all the time still. I mean, there's still times I don't talk to my brother Josh as much as I should, or, call my friends and tell them that I love them. But it's a way for like me to use the small platform that we have to try to do something that matters, instead of just writing death metal. And, I don't know. It's like, I don't need anything from it, or like, it's about like, it's about the reminder when I put myself in that position to have that spotlight on me in that moment, to be vulnerable and remind myself that like, hey, like, let's talk about this. It's okay to talk about this. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be stressed and worried and, feel down. But like, it's 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 okay to talk about it, and it's okay to be okay with not being okay, and communicating. And it's just, I don't know, it helps me just as much as it could help somebody else. And it's been pretty incredible, like the amount of messages I get, and the amount of people that come up to me and tell me about their experiences in life. And how something I said helped them is just, it's wild. Because I never thought, like, first of all, I never thought we would be in the position we are as a band and getting to do the cool stuff that we've gotten to do and continue to get to do. But like, being able to affect somebody's life in such a positive way, and give them something that, like, I heard from so many hardcore bands and metal bands growing up into music. Like, I would latch on to the positive stuff they would say. It may be super
Absolutely.
aggressive, it may be like, mean to some, but like, to me, I took it as like inspiration and motivation and power. And, like, to have that energy, like, that I felt when I never got to tell them that I felt that way, but to hear some 15-year-old kid come up and say that, I'm not even going to repeat some of the stuff that I hear,
Yeah.
because it's not my business. But it's truly, it's wild and awesome. And I'm super lucky to get to do this.
Hell yeah, dude. All right, after a quick break, we have returned, and for those who don't know, we've been experiencing so many technical difficulties this entire time. It's been a challenge. So I appreciate you again hanging in there with me, Chad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been it's been a day.
Exactly. But, that being said, it's absolutely a necessity, and I think it's something we should emphasize more on, is just everyone's mental health, especially in a time of, doesn't matter what you believe in, fucked up shit going on. Losing friends, losing family to certain things sucks. And this is probably a calling for you if you're listening to this. Talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. See how everybody's doing.
Man. Yeah. It life's crazy, and everyone's allowed to get lost in themselves and figuring stuff out. I mean, hell, life is crazy. but just take a second every now and then and, check in on somebody you care about.
And it all wraps up into why I love heavy metal, and it resonates so much with me as opposed to other genres of music. Not to knock anything, but I know for me why I connect to this music so much is not only that I was kind of like, everybody was like that weird kid or like outcast or you just felt different, but this is a mesh of everybody coming together to hang out. I wear a certain shirt and I walk down the street and everybody's like, yo, were you at that show? Or I've met friends just by the shirts I have or the hats I have or tailgating in a parking lot,
Yep. Yeah. Metal is a wonderful thing, but just the underground music scene in general, and in a lot of different scenes with a lot of different styles of music.
Oh yeah,
it's great, and it's wild, the amount of like love that like I've felt being a part of the underground music scene, and it's crazy. A lot of people think metal is so scary, but at the end of the day, like there's some real positive, just positive aggression that can come from it, and I'm glad that, Frozen Soul can do something, to scratch that surface to make a difference in somebody's life. Because in reality, we were just, starting this band to do what we felt like we needed to do for us, as people, and playing music we love and care about and stuff. So it's cool that it's made an impact. And now I'm like to the point where it's like no matter what show we play, like I have to bring it up. I have to bring it up because I feel like if I don't, like I'm just like doing a disservice to all the kids and all the not kids, all the adults that are in the crowd that like are still waiting for that moment that I had when I was like truly impacted by the band I was watching. And I was like, this is what I love and this is what I want to do with my life, and, not to say that we're the band for anybody to think that of, but, it's cool to be in the position and, be able to give somebody a really good experience and a positive experience,
Hell yeah, man. That being said, whose turn is it? It's my turn, right?
It's my turn, actually.
Okay, it's your turn.
I played a reflecting pool, and then the floodgates opened.
Exactly. So,
you
gonna be swinging with them crawlers or what?
You don't have any. Well, you do have a creature out there.
Yeah, I can block.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. But what I am gonna do is.
Are you sure you want to do that?
I am gonna play. Because you're tapped out, right?
Oh, completely tapped out.
Sick.
Unfortunately.
Okay. I'm gonna tap all 4 of these. No. I'm going to.
Whoa, now.
All 5. All 5 there. All 5. All right.
You sure?
Yeah. So we'll do black, blue, colorless, black, blue. I'm gonna cast a Lord of the Nazgul.
Wow.
So what that does is, it is a 4/3 flyer. It says Wraiths you control have protection from ring bearers. I just know that's going to be so relevant for your deck. And it says whenever I cast an instant or sorcery spell, I create a 3/3 black Wraith creature token with menace. Ooh. Then if I have 9 or more Wraiths I control have a base power and toughness of 9/9.
I don't like that.
Yep.
Oh, great.
All right. So with that, I think I'm probably just good to ship the turn to you because I'm not going to lose my crawlers.
Yeah. All right. Untap. Let's draw. I'd take a point of damage, right? 2 points.
2 points.
Yeah, so I'm at.
What are you at now?
I was at 33. I am at 31. Great.
Mm-hmm.
let's play this good old plains right here. And let's do. Okay, let's see. I gotta do this somehow. So I tap everything for 5 minutes. All colorless. I will
Nice.
play a Gilded Lotus.
I was thinking something completely different was coming
I know,
out.
right? But I mean, something cool I could do is I can tap this, right? Artifacts have haste, right? Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they just say, yeah, you can just tap them. Yeah, they don't have haste.
Exactly.
But
So how are you feel about? You want me to mana? Are you cool with me not mana burning, or are you cool with mana burning?
wait, what do you mean, mana burning?
Like
That-
if
that-
I only need 2 of this.
Oh, then it goes away.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they changed
know.
that rule a long time ago.
See, yeah.
For
I'm
a
just saying
very
I've
wrong
played
reason.
I've played with some people where it's like, oh, if you don't use that, I've had it
Oh,
where it's
man.
like you take a point of damage. I'm like,
If I could have done that, I would have been floating all this mana.
No, not floating. Like you take a point of damage.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
no.
Okay. So I'm going to your 2 tokens. There's no mana cost for them, right? Technically.
Right. Well, they're token copies, so they technically have the same mana cost as the Scrawling Crawler.
Do
'cause
they?
They're straight up copies, like exact copies.
Okay, so they're copies. Okay, so
Yeah.
then I'm only going.
It's different if you make a token that says,
Yeah.
whatever, like make a token dragon 5/5 or whatever. It's 0, but this is a copy.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna have to exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power, but I'm gonna do the Nazgul thing.
Oh, the Nazgul. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So exile.
Because I was gonna do something else in
Okay,
order to
four.
get rid of one of the crawlers, but I can't.
It's power or toughness?
It says exile target creature. Its controller gains life equal to its power.
Power. Okay. So I'm at 44.
Put that there, and
Cool.
that will be. Oh.
You can swing at me.
No, absolutely. Not. That's the end of it.
You totally free world, dude. It's free country.
Absolutely.
Kinda, I guess.
And while you're untapping, tell us about this last album, Glacial Domination. You actually had quite a few guests on there. Any
Yeah,
cool guests making an appearance? Anybody you could tease? Anybody you could share with for the next one?
I mean, I have ideas, but we haven't. We're still just trying to get the record put together. Like less. I kind of think about that as we get the songs complete, and then I'm like, okay, this song kind of would be cool if this friend was on it or something. So we're just got to get to that point. But I have a ton of people I would love to be on the record, so hopefully we get to figure that out in the next couple months.
Nice. I know Johnny. I've interviewed Johnny from Health before, and I've talked to him, and he said he was working with you guys on a song. I don't know. He's mentioned it so many times. I don't know if you want to talk about that at all, or if that's.
I mean, that was for the last record, but that was also. That was it was kind of for the last record, but it was also like for Health's record.
Yes, that's what I'm
But
saying.
We were just so busy we couldn't finish anything to send him. So I mean, but like we still love him in Health, so we would still totally do something with him. But yeah, it just didn't come to like fruition, But hopefully like we could still do something like that, because I'm like and the rest of the band is too. Everybody's all for like those offbeat. You know what I mean? Like not what you would expect, like, collabs and stuff. I mean, that's why we like worked with Heafy, because, he's, a great dude, and he's really passionate about what he does, and he doesn't play death metal, but he loves death metal.
Oh yeah, he's big in it.
And so like it, it was like an offshoot kind of thing. Like people were not expecting that, and it's like we're all about just having fun and keeping the vibes badass, so.
Hey, I'm all for the badass vibes.
Heck yeah. But I'm going to play this here Marsh Flats, and then I'm going to crack it, and I'm going to lose a life. I'm going to go 43.
Damn.
And let me go search for a land. I think I'm just going to get a Swamperoonie.
Hey.
Because I don't have I don't have my shocks. I don't really have shocks and stuff in here like I'm supposed to.
That's a cool swamp.
Yeah, the brain dead
The collab with them.
Yeah,
That's
the,
pretty
the
sweet.
secret layer they did was really cool. I like the art a lot. It's super old school. It
Yeah,
honestly reminds me of stuff like EverQuest
I know.
and whatnot, like the old school artwork. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna fetch. That was actually, did I draw? Yeah, I did. Um, so I missed my trigger. So
You could pop off.
no,
So I.
no, 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 no.
No.
That's my mistake. I gotta own it. Okay. So I'm not gonna get my two draws this game, this turn, as much as
I
I.
allow it.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap all of these,
Oh
and then
no.
I'm gonna play my commander Sauron, the Dark Lord.
Oh, what is? He has so much text on him.
Not really. It's
Or
like
is it
pretty
like
easy.
flavor text?
Well, no, he does have text, but it's not as complicated as it seems. As much as like you would imagine Sauron would be so complicated, the card's not. So it has ward, which means like if you target it, I basically get to like counter that ability unless you sacrifice a legendary artifact or creature. And
Ooh.
then there's whenever an opponent casts a spell, I amass orcs 1. So I'll get an orc army whenever you cast a spell, and then I'll amass 1, which means I get to add a +1/+1 counter to it every time you cast a spell. And then whenever an orc army I control deals damage to a player, the ring tempts me. And I don't know if you're familiar with the ring mechanic, but essentially when the ring tempts me, I pick like a ring bearer, and I have this nifty little one ring right here that
Wow.
I got off of Amazon for $8.
That's pretty sweet.
And I use that as my ring bearer token. But yeah, like you pick a ring bearer, and then each time the ring tempts you, you get another effect that stacks on top of the ring bearer. Like if they're blocked, your opponent has to sack a creature. If they attack you, discard a card, draw a card, and all that kind of shenanigans. And then the kicker is whenever the ring tempts me, Sauron's last activate or triggered ability is I may discard my hand, and if I do, I draw 4 cards.
Damn.
So he does a whole lot of stuff. He's really cool to just sit there on the board.
All right. Well, I don't like that. So.
And then like he's hard to kill because like usually like your legendary thing is your commander or like something you usually really care about, and you don't want to have to sacrifice that.
So
to
that's
kill him.
the ward. You have to sacrifice something to even target him, right?
Yeah, to target him. Yep.
Okay, cool.
And if you don't, then it just counters the ability. Then
Gotcha.
It just counters the spell or whatever, or just you can't.
Gotcha. All right.
But yeah, after that, I am gonna pass turn.
All right. So I'm going to untap everything. I'm going to draw a card, and I'm going to do some stuff. Oh, I took 2 points of damage. That's 29.
Yep.
All right. So
There goes me forgetting my triggers again.
let's see here. I need to do some stuff here. So I'm going to tap this for 2 blue and then 1 white. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. The rest don't matter. So I got 6 mana going on. And I'm going to play Torrential Gearhulk.
Nice.
When this enters the battlefield, you may target instant from your graveyard without paying its cost. That card would be put in your graveyard this turn. It's exiled. So I'm going to take this instant out, and I'm going to target Sauron, and I'm going to sacrifice my legendary creature. And
All right.
I exile Sauron. So here's the thing: if you exile him, does it still go into your command?
Yeah. I get to choose to put it in there. I could choose to just put it in exile if I want to.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's not going to help me.
I have just absolutely not. I mean, it just buys me a little bit of time at least.
I do off that. Torrential Gearhulk. What does that say again, real quick? Are you casting the spell from your graveyard? What does it say?
You may cast target instant from your graveyard without paying its mana cost.
Okay, so what happens is so you're going to cast Torrential Gearhulk, and then Sauron triggers, and I get a Orc army.
Gotcha.
So it'll trigger on the stack, and then when you choose to cast the Swords to Plowshare, it triggers again. So I'll have an Orc army with 2 +1/+1 counters
Okay.
on it, and then Sauron goes bye bye.
Yes.
Cool.
And that is my turn.
All right. Did you do any of the Lord of the Rings pre-releases when it came out?
No, I have some of the cards. I think actually the only Lord of the Rings cards I got from was you at the Amon Amarth show at the arena show.
Yeah,
when I won all those
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Which was sweet.
That set is like worth so much money now. But also,
Yeah.
like, me and Nat did so many of the pre-releases and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
it
you
was
guys probably
my
have
favorite set to ever come out in Magic history. So we went deep on it, and whatnot, and it was really cool. If you did like the pre-releases and stuff, they had these little dice here. I don't know if you could see them.
Yeah, you can just take a picture. I'll put a better picture.
But like they're really cool. Like,
hell yeah,
they,
that's
they
badass.
have like a ring, the like Lord of the Rings symbol on them for like for the one. And I just thought it was like so full of flavor, because we try to do that stuff with Frozen Soul all the time. Just like, it's like a 1 on the die, and it's the ring. It's the one ring. It's just
Sweet.
so cool. Like, I love just doing quirky little things like that. So we had to pick up like 2 of every color and stuff, and like it just we both love Lord of the Rings a lot, so it was really cool. But
speaking of things you love in Lord of the Rings stuff and merch ideas, do you have any cool merch ideas you really want to flesh out? Like, why isn't there any I would love some D20s, some Frozen Soul D20s or something.
Yeah, we're working on them right now. I'm actually working with a company that is like it's a self-owned like mom and pop shop dice making company, and they do like a lot of like gaming dice and stuff. So we're doing spin downs actually, and they're a little
nice.
oversized, so they're like a little bit bigger than the actual like ones for Magic that come in the bundles and stuff. They're a little bit bigger than that, but it's cool. They're like clear, and they were gonna have liquid in them. Like, I can't really send you a picture of this, but these dice that I have, there's like these little, like, I don't know if you see them, but like the thing moves on the inside of it.
That's sweet.
We were gonna do stuff like that, but it's like super not cost effective, and it's kind of hard to tell what's in it. It looks cool.
So where the point is like,
yeah, so like it's like paying like $20-something for each one of them means we'd have to sell them for like way more. And,
nobody's gonna buy just one single die.
Right. So like so basically I got these like cool spin downs, and then there's gonna be like there's something inside of it, and it's like we had it. It's being cut. It's all custom made.
That's fucking awesome.
So like I can't wait for them to come out, because we're gonna do like a limited drop with like only certain amount of those dice made, and then we're gonna do like play mats and sleeves and all sorts of stuff. So I'm pretty stoked on it.
Yeah, sweet.
It's been a long time coming. Really, like, to answer your question, like that kind of stuff is what I like really wish we did more of, man. Because that's what I love at gaming and stuff. I love metal music. I love all that stuff. But gaming is like me. That's like my being is, well, now I'm like 60% gym, 5% metal, and the rest is just gaming. But,
hey man, I'm like 50-50 on the metal and gaming, as you can see behind me. I got all this crap, and I have so much stuff, boxes of Magic everywhere, piles of Warhammer and all sorts of stuff.
Warhammer's a game I wish I had the attention span to like go dive in and the time. But like, I have time while I'm home, but it's like it's like hard to not spend it like figuring tech stuff out for streaming because I've been trying to get more into it.
As we did today.
Yeah, that takes a lot of time.
So
How
much
much
time.
time that takes, man. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like there when I was trying to figure my audio out, which I don't know how good my audio sounds to
It sounds great. You're
you,
fine.
but it's like, when I was very first starting to stream, dude, it was horrible. Like, I sounded like I'm like, this is a fucking $400 microphone, and I sound like I'm in a Wendy's drive-through right now. What is going on? So I had to spend like 10 hours one day, 10 hours just check,
Record
going
yourself
back and
here,
forth,
yep.
yeah, monitoring.
Trust me,
doing
I
all
have
stuff.
the same mic. I had the same exact problems.
Yeah, it's insane, man. I went and bought a damn cloud lifter and all this stuff for it to try to figure it out. And, but I have in my closet right now, most of it is unopened, but I have like 2,000 points of Space Wolves that aren't painted. The only thing that's put together is one of the Thunderwolf Cavalry, one set of the 3, and then I have one Dreadnought put together.
Damn.
And then I have like something else put together, but I just like I was into it like probably 2000 because I was working at a game store for a while and I got into it and bought a bunch of stuff and got really into putting it together, watching that show Vikings. I
You're like,
watch
hell
like
yeah.
every season and I'm like, fuck yeah, putting together Warhammer figures. And then I ended up selling that to a buddy when I was having like some money troubles and needed to like just condense my hobbies and focus. And then recently me and Nat got into it together and bought all that stuff and then just haven't done anything. So that's something I really wish we could like spend more time on. But yeah, it's still gaming is like a huge part. And so I want to do more stuff because that's the same for Michael. It's the same for Sam. It's the same for Chris. The only one in the band that doesn't really play games is Matt. And that's because he's the sports guy of the band, but like everybody else plays games a lot,
You're like, come on, be a nerd with us. Fuck.
But Matt's just cool like that. Like he'll play. Like we bought him. He got a commander deck. He'll play. He's like, what the hell is going on? But he'll play. That's the great thing about him. But yeah, he's just not like a gamer at heart. He's like a sports guy. Sports and music. That's always been Matt's thing. So it's sick, But yeah, that gaming stuff in general with the band is something, I hope to do more of. But either way, even if we don't, like, I'll still do it.
Quick question: while we're still playing Magic, if Frozen Soul would have their own set of Magic cards or specific Magic card, what would you create? Like, create some band-specific cards for me, real quick.
Oh fuck! I don't even know, man.
I struggle, dude. That?
No, I just kind of started thinking about that because I started thinking about tokens.
Yeah, it would be sweet making a set of tokens. I know James is just popping a bunch out right now.
Well, we had a plan to do tokens with James, but he's just gotten so busy that I can't be asking him to do stuff like that for us while he's like got so much stuff to do. But like I've been on the token making websites that just have like the generic like borders and stuff like that. And honestly, I should just go through our art, that we already have and just make tokens out of the art we already have.
Make some sick proxies. That would be sweet.
Yeah, I should do some stuff like that. I've started to do it more. We had a shirt design done, and it's not out yet, so I'm not gonna go into it. But it is an artist that is at MagicCon this year. And he did the shirt inspired by a bunch of stuff he did for Duskmourn, and the characters in it, they're in different layers so that you can I can easily make them tokens, and he just sent me borders for them for the first time, so I actually have some stuff I can do with them, and I just got to get it done. I just have so much stuff to do before we leave because we're leaving for Vegas next Monday. Nice. So we're leaving a week early because my girlfriend has to work out there. So she's working. She took her work her work stuff like in Vegas, so that we can kind of like, you know,
Half and
we can
half.
already be out there and stuff. So
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, I'll just be there a week earlier, kind of than I expected. So I have less time to get them printed. But I've been trying to figure it out. So hopefully I'll have like a small batch of tokens I can give out free to people
Fuck
uh,
yeah, dude.
at Magic Con and stuff. So I just gotta kind of get it figured out. But yeah, I want to do more stuff like that, man. I mean, I think that'd be cool. But there's also like us being like a band and an entity, like, you know, legally, like, you know, proxies are like a weird area that I don't know much about, and I'm afraid to make stuff and sell it and then get in trouble. And I hope that like one day we get to do some stuff with Wizards, you know. And I don't
That
really
would
know
be
what's
fucking
legal,
awesome.
what's not, and I don't know about all that shit. You know, I just want like to do cool stuff and like have fucking
I
cool
mean-
cards and shit. So
Yeah, I get it. You can't just label like, oh, I'm gonna print my own copy and it's this. You know, it's like, oh, this is the, you know.
like, all right, well, here's a fucking proxy heuristic study and Volcanic Island and all that stuff, and sell it at the merch table. I kind of would feel like, you know, like we could not only get in trouble, but less about getting in trouble and more so about like, well, those are actual cards, you
Mhm.
know? And like, whereas I do use some proxies because I play in tournament play and like for CEDH, like there's, you know, they allow proxies, and like, you know, I can't get 5 copies of the same card, you know? But like, I don't know about selling them with the band and stuff. Like, yeah,
True.
feels like I would rather just give them out for free or something. But I don't want to
That's
take
what I'm
away
saying.
from
Yeah,
take away
maybe.
from the original, you know, like take
Exactly.
away from the artists who did it and stuff. Like, because really, like, you know, I feel like people should really be trying to get their hands on the original.
Oh, absolutely.
Even if it's a reprint, like an artist put love and time into that art, you know, and so you should be trying to, you know, get those cards for your deck instead of just settling for proxies, unless you're trying to grind a tournament.
Yeah.
I feel
You
like,
know what? Even better then. Why not some card sleeves? That would be sweet.
Well, that's what I was saying. We were
Yeah.
going to do card sleeves.
Okay.
We-
'Cause
we-
that would
we-
be sick with the glacial
Yeah.
domination on the back. I'd rock those.
We have some. We have
Oh.
the art done. James did the art for that and the playmat and everything. It's just we're waiting on the dice and like
To
waiting
do
for
a whole
stuff.
set.
Yeah, it goes back to like,
That would be
what kind of merch do you wish you could do? I'm like, well, I really wish we could just hurry up and drop this, because I also had like a cool like Magic logo done
Fuck yeah.
with the name Frozen Soul, but in a similar font, and like had like all sorts of stuff done. It's just in purgatory right now, waiting to get it done. So
Fuck yeah. And everybody, we are back at this wonderful game. We had a quick little side tangent there
yeah, also
that none of you will hear ever.
I'll draw for turn.
Gotcha.
Oh, actually, okay. So before I draw, I'm
Do
gonna
your
draw
two
two
cards, and then I
drawers.
take two.
I'm gonna do that this time without
And I
messing it
take
up.
2, and then I take 2 points of damage.
Yep. Okay,
27.
now I'll draw for turn.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna play a mountain, and then. So you have 1, 2.
Hey, real quick, if I may ask,
What's
is there a mana value on the token, the orc army?
The orc army is 0.
Okay, so then I didn't realize that because I still had some mana left. I'm gonna tap 1, and I'm going to push him. Fatal push.
Okay.
Are you going to respond?
I think so. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap these 2. And I'm gonna sacrifice this orc army
Uh huh.
by casting Deadly Dispute. So it's an additional cost to cast a spell. I sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, and create a treasure token.
Gotcha.
So that'll go to the graveyard. So the fatal push will just fizzle. I'll draw 2 cards, and then create a treasure token. Let's go back, put this on Sauron. So I have 1 treasure. I didn't want to spend that mana, but it's fine. You forced me to do it.
Exactly. That's what it was for.
Huh. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna leave this open. I'm gonna tap these four, and I'm gonna cast a Whip of Erebos.
Ooh, what does that do?
So it is a 4 mana legendary enchantment artifact. It says creatures I control have lifelink, and then I can pay two and two black. I could tap it. I can return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. I exile it at the beginning of my next end step. If it would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. I can activate it only as a sorcery. So essentially, it's a way for me to reanimate stuff out of my graveyard,
I don't like that.
aka the Arcana Cruelty that I have sitting in there. And so then what I'll do is, what do you have in your graveyard right now?
Nothing.
Well, you have some stuff. You have
I
like,
know.
let's
have
see, you got
just-
a nice little Fatal Push.
And the Inquisitor lady. You don't want her. You don't want any of these. You don't want these things.
Okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap this blue, and I'm going to cast Into the Flood Maw for 1 blue. So it's an instant that says I can gift a fish, so I can give you a 1/1 fish.
Oh man.
And I can return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Now, the thing is, if I gift you the fish, I can return target non-land permanent instead of just a creature. But I'm not going to gift you the fish, and I'm just going to put the Gear Hulk back in your hand.
Okay.
I know that lets you cast that Fatal Push out of your graveyard, but I want to attack you. So I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to
swing for 6.
Just two. Yeah, they're just one.
Oh, they're 1/1s. Okay.
Yeah, they're just 1/1s. So you'll take 2, and then I'll gain 2 because they have lifelink.
Oh shit.
And then after that, I will pass turn.
All right, I shall untap everything, and I shall draw me a card. And see, I'm going to play a swamp, and let's see. I'm going to tap for 3. Any color, I don't need, doesn't matter. 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Oh lord.
And I will bring out a Reaver Titan.
Nice.
It's a 10/10 protection from mana value 3 or less, as well as it has, whenever it attacks, it deals 5 damage to each opponent.
Nice.
But I have to crew it for 4, so there's that. Which actually, I don't know. I just fucked up. I just realized that I had to crew it. So,
I mean, it's not the worst. It's still good to have on the board. It like gives me something I have to deal with next turn.
I forgot. I have to go down 3 because I drew a card, or go down 2. 8, and I need to. And I'm just gonna spend the 2 to play equipment. Whenever equipped creature attacks, create a 2/2 white, start as warrior creature token, but it's not equipped to anything. And that ends my turn. I kind of fucked up.
Let's see. All right, so I'll untap, go to my upkeep, and we'll both draw 2. And then you will lose 2.
Ooh.
And then I will draw a card for my turn. These are untapped. Okay, so I'm gonna play a polluted delta, and then I'm gonna tap and crack it, losing 1 life, going to 44. I'm gonna go grab a land. I don't know which land. I'm gonna grab a land. I'll just get this this shock land that I didn't realize I had in the deck. So I'll take 2 more life, going to 42.
Oh no.
Big 42.
I'm at 21, so.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I will think here. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do have 9. I think what I'll do is
Pass your turn? Okay, thanks.
I'm gonna no. I'm gonna tap these 4 and I'm gonna cast a 1 ring.
Oh.
So when it enters the battlefield, I'll gain protection from everything until next turn. Now my permanents don't have protection, just me. And then I'm going to tap it to put a burden counter on it and draw a card.
Oof.
Didn't do what I wanted it to do. Okay. How much mana do I have? 5. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm gonna tap Reflecting Pool and the Swamp for 2 black and cast a Dothy Voidwalker.
I briefly remember what that does, and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's pretty strong. So it has shadow. So this creature can block or be blocked only by creatures with shadow. If a card would be put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, instead exile it with a void counter on it. Okay, so I can tap Dothy Voidwalker, sacrifice Dothy Voidwalker, and I could choose an exile card an opponent owns with a void counter on it, and I can play it, not cast it. I could play it without paying its mana cost. So if I kill that Reaver thing, it'll go under Dothy, and unless you, and I think even, I mean, if Dothy's on the battlefield, I can't do it anyway, but I would be able to technically just play that.
Yeah, I don't like that. I need to figure that out.
But with that, well, you can't crew him up right now, can you? So I'm gonna go to combat and swing at you for 2 with lifelink. So you take 2, I gain 2. So I'll go back up to 44. And I think that'll do it for my turn. I'll ship it to you.
What the fuck? Oh, it's on the other side. I was like, oh wow. I was like, where is it? Okay, 19. I am at 19. All right. You end your turn. I untap all of my good stuff right there. Look at that. We're gonna try to make things happen here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna play an Evolving Wilds. Ooh. Let's see. What can I do? I need to do stuff. I am going to. What's the mana value of the Voidwalker guy?
It is 2 black.
Okay, well let's how much mana do you have left? 2?
I have 3. I have 2 mountain, a command tower, and a treasure.
I'm gonna tap for 3. 2. That's 6. Giving 2 blue. So this is the only thing I really can do is play Gear Hulk. Get the pushback.
Well, hold on a second. It's when he enters the battlefield, right?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Whoa! Come on, man.
Okay, I'm gonna tap these 2. Mountain for a red, and then Command Tower for a blue, and cast Arcane Denial. So I counter target spell. Its controller may draw up to 2 cards at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep.
Right.
You draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep.
Yeah. Right.
So you don't have to draw cards next turn.
Let's see. Okay, so you got rid of that. Didn't like that. That wasn't very nice. Well, that sucked. Let me crack the Evolving Wilds real quick. Crack that. Game land. Tapped. Shuffle. Right. And the only thing I can do is I will tap the last remaining 3 and play this Arrow Flagellant.
Well, the gear. Okay, so the Arcane Denial resolves.
Yes.
Yeah, so Gear Hulk will be in the graveyard.
So Gear Hulk. Oh. Okay.
Yep. So so it'll never hit the battlefield, so you don't get the chance to cast anything out of your graveyard.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. All right. So. And unfortunately, that is my turn.
All right. I'll untap. So I'll go to my upkeep. I'm going to trigger these, but I also have an Arcane Denial trigger. So you can draw 2 cards, or you can not draw 2 cards, but you're going to draw 2 cards anyway.
Yeah.
So you can draw these 2. So you draw 2 off of these.
Yes.
And then take the 2 damage. I draw 1 off of 2 from these guys. Okay. And then now we have the Arcane Denial. So I'll draw for Arcane Denial, and then you can choose if you want to draw 2 more cards or not.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm gonna take it. I gotta eat it right now.
I
gotta try to make some things happen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah. What does that thing do that you put out there?
The Flagellant guy.
Yeah.
He's a squad 2. I didn't play the additional cast when you do that.
Flaccid Flagellant or whatever.
Yeah, the flaccid flailing guy. Look at that. He's got little flailing arms. But he's got a squad 2 as an additional cast. This spell, I didn't do that, so it doesn't matter. I can't block with him.
So he's great.
Yeah, but I could pay 3 life, and he's indestructible to
Okay, that's cool. That could be relevant.
Yeah.
So I am gonna lose a life actually from the One Ring. I'm gonna tap the One Ring, go up to 2 burden counters, and draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
So I'll draw 2. I have so many cards in my hand.
I have fucking 11 cards.
These are all untapped. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tap a swamp, and a mountain, and I'm gonna cast Cathartic Reunion. So as an additional cost of this spell, I can discard 2 cards. Then I draw 3 cards.
All right.
So I'm gonna discard Deadpool trading card, Cavernhorn Dragon, and Hoarding Broodlord. Or I just discard 2. I'm gonna keep the Deadpool in my hand. So you know I have a Deadpool in my hand. Okay, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Field of Ruin.
Oof, that is exciting.
So I think 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap 4. These 2. I'm gonna tap these 4. The reflecting pool will be black. And I'm going to cast Zombify. Oh, and actually the Gear Hulk, it's actually in the Dothy Voidwalker zone. Where are the things at? What do I do with them?
So you want the Void, or you want the Gear Hulk?
Well, no, I just keep it, because that way I can know, because I could sack this and
I'm gonna keep it out there so you can see it. It's on the field.
and I could sack the Voidwalker and cast it if I wanted to. What does Gear Hulk say again? What's the mana cost of the spell I could cast?
6. Oh no, it's can you read that? Okay. Enters the battlefield. Cast target instant card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost.
Okay, so my Zombify is gonna target Cavern Horde Dragon. Now I'm gonna tap the Voidwalker and sack it to cast the Gear Hulk.
All right, I'll put it out there so you know it's out here. So you have the Gear Hulk. He is a 5/6, by the way.
Okay.
And you get to pull out an instant.
And pull out some of these cards just in case. See, this is why I got these freaking dry erase things.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Where'd you get those?
I got them at some game store in California and San Diego when we were out there, when me and Nat were out there. T Gear. What is it? Is it a 4/5 or a 5/6?
It's a 5/6.
5/6. So I have a Gear Hulk now. Right? I don't have to pay for it, right?
Yes, you have to pay.
Jesus, that's insane.
that card is dumb. I don't like that card.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have it cast Zombify.
God.
And then I'm gonna have Zombify go get Hoarding Broodlord.
Gee.
Right? I can get target creature. Yeah, Jesus. That's it. I just made this whole thing like Reanimator stuff. So like I have the Broodhorde, but I don't think I have like the combo stuff with it. Okay, so this is really funny. Okay.
Not to me.
Really funny.
This is terrible.
So when it enters the battlefield, I search my library for a card and I exile it face down. Then I shuffle. For as long as that card remains exiled, I may play it. Now, spells I cast from exile have Convoke.
Oof.
So I'm gonna go grab this card face down. Exiled face down. Now, I'm going to tap this and these and this Gear Hulk. Oh, wait. I can't do that. I'll leave that. I'll leave this up, actually. I'll tap the Gear Hulk. And then I'll use this mana for a black. Oh, wait, hold on. I can't do that. Here, I'll tap this for a black. I'll use the treasure for a black. And I will cast Sheoldred the Apocalypse from exile.
Wait, is that the... Sorry, I can't... Is that the 4/5 where every time I draw a card I lose a life too?
You lose 2 life.
Yep, that's the card I don't like.
And... let's see...
And you forfeit the game? I appreciate it.
What's your life at right now?
It's 15.
Jesus. All right. Well, I'm gonna swing at you with Cavern Horde Dragon that has haste, and then I'll hit you for 6, and then I'm gonna make 2 treasure tokens with that.
I'm at 9 because
You have two. You only have 2 artifacts, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we got 2 treasure tokens. Okay.
I've made so many mistakes playing this. And I was like, wait, I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done this because I'm actually starving. By the way, I haven't eaten anything all day because I didn't think this was gonna take this long either.
Yeah, it's been a long one.
Yeah, apologies again.
Dude, you don't have to apologize. I'll tap these 2, use the 2 treasures, and cast a Relic of Sauron. Oh, and I gained 6 life, actually, from that attack. So
I don't even think you need to move your shit up anymore. I think it's you're like, it's just a lot.
I must. Okay, so I have a Relic of Sauron now.
I got like 12 cards in my hand.
No, I'm down to 6. I'm down to just 6 now, dude. Just 6. You don't even have to worry about it. Okay, so then I will pass turn to you.
This may be my last turn. Let's see what I can do. Untap everything. We'll draw, untap. Yeah, draw. Okay, sweet. This comes in tapped. Let's see here. What can I do to save my life? What do I have? Okay. What's the... Hold on. I might have something on my sleeve. Are you completely tapped out?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
You about to blow the board up, buddy?
Oh. Am I giving it away that much right now?
But you drew your card, right?
Yes. Yes.
Make sure
so
you lose 2 life.
Yeah.
3. You lose 4 life, actually. Because you're losing 1 for each.
Yeah, I'm at 5.
And
okay,
then
so
one,
I have
and
to
then 2.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to have to do this, but I have to figure this out real quick. What's the lowest? Oh, the 1/1. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick. Let's see. Tap for 3. Doesn't matter. It's all colorless. I got 1 white and 1 what other color because I just needed 1 white. So that's 5. I got 5 mana in play right now. I'm going to Fell the Mighty, and I'm going to destroy all creatures with power greater than target creature's power. Now, I'm going to target one of your 1/1s. So anything that's greater than 1/1 is destroyed.
See everything else.
Yeah.
So
That's
Gearhulk's gone.
So is that every? Oh, those.
That's
stay.
even your stuff too.
Yeah, I know, but
these stay.
Those stay.
But to be fair, I mean, in reality, you could have chose no because everything else is too high of power.
Yeah.
So like, even yours is a 4/4, so it would have made me keep Shieldred, and Shieldred is like.
No, fuck that card.
Yeah, Shieldred is like more, and actually we actually fucked up big time. Oh no, we didn't. We didn't get to that turn yet. Next turn, you would have just been straight up dead.
I would have been dead
because you would have lost like 2, 4. You would have lost 6 life next turn.
Exactly. And that would not have been good.
If you can get rid of this Whip of Erebos, that is definitely what you should do.
Is that an enchantment?
It's an enchantment artifact, but it's gonna let me I can reanimate something from my graveyard and give it haste.
So I'm gonna tap 3, 2 white.
Definitely destroyed it.
Colorless. I'm gonna do collective effort and destroy target enchantment.
All right.
Yeah,
it's
that's
gone.
a good one. There we go. And
Yep.
then I have 2 mana left. What can we do for 2 mana? Might as well pop something stupid on. Put this artifact out there. It just gives me colorless. And that's my turn. I mean, I'm at 5. Let's see. I would. Is it you choose to draw those cards? Or I don't have to draw.
You
those?
have to draw.
I
You have to
have
draw them. So you're only going to lose 2 life. So you're not totally dead yet.
I'm at 5. You can swing for 2. If you could, I'm gonna be at.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can win next turn. Just like, well, actually, yeah, because you destroyed my Whip of Erebos, but it depends on what I draw.
Yeah, let's
So
see.
we'll go. So you'll lose 2. You'll draw 2. I'll draw 2.
Oh, and sorry, I had to discard. I have to discard a card.
Oh my god, this is gonna be hilarious.
I don't like that.
This is gonna be fucking hilarious. Okay,
So wait.
all right, now I'll
So
draw for 2.
real quick. Okay, so I
yeah,
have
so
to draw.
You drew the 2, right? Yeah,
I
you
did
draw
not.
the 2, then lose 2, and then I drew the 2 already, and then I'll draw for turn.
Okay.
Oh my god, let me see if I have enough for this. I cannot believe I just drew all this. Okay, we're gonna do something really funny here. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tap this and draw 3 cards. This is great that this is on stream, so I could go back and witness this. I'm gonna draw 3 cards off of the One Ring.
Is this a short in the making right here?
God, I got so much crazy stuff in my hand. Oh my god, it's insane. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is what's your life at right now?
17. 3.
Filthy liar.
3.
Okay, I'm gonna tap this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to hard cast a Orcish Bowmaster. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna target you, deal 1 damage to your face. I'll make an Orc army. Okay.
2.
I'll make an Orc army. All right. Now, here, this is gonna be really funny. I'm gonna tap these 3. Okay. Where's your dude at? Oh, he's not dead.
What dude?
Oh, your Reaver. It's not dead. It's not a creature.
What do you mean?
It's an artifact right now. It's not a creature. You're a Reaver guy. He's a vehicle. So he's not an actual creature yet. So you still have him on the board.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, look at that.
That may not be dead.
Yeah, that was not it's just a vehicle. It was not
I'm
pilot.
gonna cast Windfall.
Are you like, oh, because I'm going to take it over?
No. He casts Windfall. So each player discards their hand and draws cards equal to the greatest number of cards that are discarded this way.
Jeez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But to be fair, dude, I am discarding. Look at this. The most insane stuff.
You know what?
Deadpool,
Lay it out.
Lay
it out.
7 Deaths.
Lay that out real
quick.
quick.
Reanimate. This is what I'm discarding.
That's an insane hand. Take a picture of that hand real quick so I could send it and put it up. They're like...
I mean, really, the craziest thing was drawing in this turn with all of those draws, drawing a Windfall and a Bowmaster to be able to just play it because it's stupid. But so yeah, we draw 10.
I need to draw
you
9.
take, and you take and you take an enormous amount of damage
How so?
because when you draw cards,
Oh.
each one of these crawlers is going to hit you for 1 damage.
Yeah, that was fucking 18 points of damage right there. Oh, for all of those cards too? No.
Yeah, because you take damage for every card you draw, period.
Uh-huh.
So since I windfalled, we all discard, but then we draw cards equal to the greatest that were discarded. So I discarded 10, so we both draw 10 cards.
Yeah.
So when we draw, so here's what's going to happen. You're going to draw. These are going to trigger, but Bowmasters is going to trigger for every card you draw outside of your draw step, outside of your first draw. it's gonna ping as it could ping for 1 damage. So he could ping 10 times, and the orc army will be at 10-10.
Jesus. Ah, that's not very fun. Okay, so yeah, I'm super dead. I'm super dead.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I see. I screwed up because I should have played my commander sooner. I could have done a lot of things.
I was curious why you didn't play your commander, but I think
I was
thing
honestly.
is your commander has to do with tokens, and you weren't really making
No,
tokens.
no.
So I
But-
think maybe.
Oh, I had a.
Do you have like ways to make tokens in the deck? Because that's the whole thing with Marnius.
Yeah, I feel like I should have played the other character as the commander, because I took a lot of stuff out that, you know. I mean, I kind of put some cool things in there, like Disallow. Like, that was a cool card. Like that.
Yeah, Disallow is sick.
One.
Yeah, see, this deck has a lot of cool things. I mean, I guess this is a combo technically, but someone's got to have an enormous amount of cards in their hand. The cool thing is with Bowmaster, like Bowmaster is one of those cards that keeps a lot of the draw decks in check in CEDH.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a really powerful card.
Yeah,
And I
because
think
then
in
it-
this,
You don't want to
think
do all
it-
your drawing.
I don't think I have. Yeah, I have like I think in all I have 2 game changers
Oh, you.
in this deck. So it's technically a 3, but like it's a strong casual deck.
Damn, I had some cool cards in here. I thought might have helped. Like,
Well, I have 3 game changers in here because I actually put Wheel of Fortune in here too.
oh,
So,
that's a good one.
yeah, I have Wheel of Fortune. I also have this right here
Ooh,
from
Needhook
James
Massacre.
also.
Yeah, that's
It's
a
a-
sweet card.
it's a James did that art too.
Let's
He
see.
signed it. Yeah, see, these are the backs because they're artist proofs.
No, that's badass.
He
What
just
was I gonna
signed it.
Look, I had some cool cards that I thought might have helped in here. Like, you ever remember a Hostage Taker?
Yeah,
I love that card.
I usually run Hostage Taker in this deck because I can like I could use it and then I can like cast it again and steal
Yeah.
something else.
I was gonna put one Planeswalker there, Teferi.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. he was
You know
good.
what, Teferi, you should put Teferi Time Reveler in that
Oh.
deck because it's super cheap. It's super cheap, but it stops people from casting things outside of their turn because they can't cast stuff that they can only cast things at sorcery speed. So you could just have it on the board and it stops people from like being able to interact with the stuff that you do. So like, yeah, having stuff like Helm of the Host and stuff.
Yeah, Helm of the Host is cool.
But
See,
really, you should look up CEDH Marnius.
I'll have to look it up. Again, I didn't have like my normal. I have like a really good vampire deck, but my buddy took it because last week we were gaming and I had. He said he had some cards for me. He was gonna look at the deck. I forgot he took it, so I had to literally make this deck. And I was like, "This is the only thing I have. Let me put some cards that kind of make sense in here." I mean, I like Ballista. You have Walking Ballista. That's
Yeah,
a cool card.
Ballista.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ballista.
Ballista is really sick.
Or
Yeah, I mean, that
Metallic
card-
Mimic.
Yeah, that card's great too.
And then
Yeah, I mean, Ballista, you know, there's a lot of ways, like, because you're running blue and black, since you're running like an Esper commander, like, you can totally run stuff that does, like, you know, draw your whole deck, you know, create infinite mana to dump into Walking Ballista. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, Walking Ballista is like a very real win con in high-powered commander in CDH. So even like your version right now, I'm trying to think of what you can run in there, like Peregrine Drake maybe, or what is, I think I have one in my binder. I think Peregrine Drake, like Deadeye Navigator, if you're trying to Peregrine Drake, where is it? Peregrine Drake, yeah. So when Peregrine Drake enters the battlefields, untap up to 5 lands.
that's
So then you run like Deadeye Navigator. So like as long as it's paired with another creature, each of those creatures has pay 1 and a blue. Exile that creature, then return it to the battlefield under your control.
just 2 quick questions, I guess. what's the biggest goal you guys got for this year as a band as we finished up this game where you kicked my ass? I know you guys are focused on the album the most. Any working on other big tours? And as you said, Wrecking Ball, right?
Yeah. We, I mean, really, the biggest goal for the year is just finishing up the new record. That's like number one. We have Wrecking Ball that's happening this year. We have a show in Oklahoma at the Choctaw Casino with Lamb of God and Power Trip. Super stoked for that. We're doing a tour at the end of the year that's not announced yet, but it's super sick, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. That's the last tour that we have of the year, and should have the record done well before then. And that's pretty much it. Writing and recording, and just taking a break from the road to get all that stuff situated. So.
Oh yeah, and then sometime next year we'll hopefully start seeing record or some singles drop.
Yeah, that's the plan.
And I just wanted to follow up with, you guys always have killer music videos. I love your music videos. You have any ideas for this next album? Any cool? I love the, Morbid Effigy. That was a great video. I mean, I love the over-the-top grotesqueness with the kind of funny, undertones.
Yeah, I mean, I can't spoil anything, but we got some ideas brewing. We just we always like. I mean, the whole thing is about having fun. We just try to have fun.
Absolutely.
We just like to keep it like tongue in cheek, and we don't like it to be too like overly brutal in like a serious way. It's more like, we're goofy people, so we like to have that be represented a little bit. But it's also death metal, so we like it to be brutal too. So you might see a little bit of both.
Hell yeah! And then this will definitely come out before then. But if anybody is going to Magic Con, and that is June 26th through the, I don't know. Do you know the dates?
It's the 20th through the 22nd, I think.
Okay, 20th through the 22nd.
Yeah, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Chad will be at the booth with James Buscema. I forget which number. We'll pop it up. And you are you're selling the new play mats with the Glacial Domination album artwork, and you're signing them as well, right?
Yeah, we'll be there like noon on Saturday, and just hanging out, selling the playmats, signing them, talking to people. It's gonna be dope.
Hell yeah! So catch Chad next weekend at Magic Con, brother. I want to thank you so much for nerding out with me and kicking my ass on this shit deck that I had. It's been a long day. I means a lot. You worked with me through all of the technical difficulties.
Yeah, all good, man. Stuff happens.
Until next time, everybody, please check out the latest album, Glacial Domination. Check out Frozen Soul on all their socials. Keep up to date with Chad as he streams as well. His Twitch will be down below. So I love hanging out with him while he's playing some games.
Oh, yeah.
Till next time, everybody.
All right, buddy. Peace.